Yeah, we're gonna go.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain
No. Yeah, look, I'm gonna get my show like blocked. Maybe if it's only 10 seconds of it, maybe then I won't get shut down. I don't know, but it's probably less likely. I look like I'm only a head on the show today. Mom wanted me to move the camera up so that she'd have to bend down when she came in here, as if Mom ever has to bend down. I mean, she's 4 foot nothing, 100 and nothing. Raiders! Woo! Let's go! What should we talk about? I just don't know. How about the win? Yes! Asal Tante Oso, that bear you all know. Out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. What? You heard me. Everyone can hear me. Oh, let's go. The Joe. Oh, yeah, that's what does it. Got to warm the weapon. Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no head that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! Woo! The Raider Bear! A Raiders! All right, that's enough of that. I'll just do that with you guys all night. No, I'm serious. The lungs can go. The lungs can go. I was born with a gift from God. It's like a thunderbolt in my larynx. But and you brought the boys. What's up, guys? Listen, I'd have you on the show, but you're always hogging the spotlight. What's up, Mama Bear?
I just came to say have fun.
Look, I kept it all tall for you. You look so purty.
I don't have to.
I know, right? I can't say Purdy anymore because that idiot quarterback with the Niners, that's his last name. They're going to think I'm talking about that guy, Mr. Irrelevant, who's won now 9 games in a row. I hate that guy. Where'd you go? Where are you? Get him, Mama. I love your face. Thank you. All right. So welcome to the show, everyone. And as soon as I can get my little water gulping little toothy demons out of my room so that you can hear me talking instead of hearing gagoon, 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 gagoon. I'm just joking. All right. So anyway, what's up with the fam tonight? I started a couple minutes early just to, I just got tired of waiting to start the show. I was like anxious to talk about what's happening with our Raiders and what just happened with the Jets. I'm not even going to wait. Okay. I'm not even going to. All right. Maybe I'll wait a little bit. Tradish! R8RBEAR Bear Live. First comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to Anna Diaz. Woo! Rincon! Girl, stop it. You're in the gold medal tonight? Look at you. If I'd have known you were going to win a gold medal just because I started the show a few minutes early, I'd do it all the time. Come on, girl. All right. Second place. Silver medal in a classy second place. Josh Russell, the heavyweight champion of the world. That's right, Anna. You know he let you win, right? I mean, he could have taken you out, but he knows how much I like you. So, he went ahead and settled for the silver tonight. Hey, Josh, way to go, buddy. Okay, I'm serious now. Okay, now, see, I'm already in a good mood, but now you're really taking me up. So now there's 2 ladies in the middle round tonight. Wow. Third place, my bronze medal, Tony Carpenter Evans. The woman who once said to me live on a show that she needs my help to get her boys' balls to drop into place. Not an exaggeration. First place on my YouTube. You can see the comments already on the screen from Vicky Orr. What's up, love? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you, Vicky. You were in here real early waiting for a Raider Bear, and I appreciate that. Second place on YouTube, silver medal, Ramiro Cashflow Castro. That's one of my favorite nicknames I've given out ever. That's like one of my favorite. Okay, and last but not least, third place, a friend of mine, Troy Gill. What's up, TG? Welcome to the show. Always there for a Raider Bear. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get you a hat, and it's gonna really fit your head. I'm serious. I'm gonna get around to that. He wanted this hat I had on one time, and I said, sure. And he's like, what? And I said, yeah, I'll just send it to you. I don't mind. And he's like, oh, okay. I do that sometimes. I just pick someone, and if I want to send them something, I just do it. You don't have to do anything for it. I'm just, skinny, caramel plated Santa Claus. Anyway, and no red, no, in black. But anyway, I sent him this cool hat, and it was the Las Vegas one that has the cactus and all the logos on it. And it was like a size or two too small. I don't know how I did that, but whatever. Anyway, my heart was in the right place, Troy. Mark Vargas, Jim Vanderlyn, Joe McMillan, Bear. That was awesome. All three in a row. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you. Okay, Tony, make it dip. What's up, T? Welcome to the show. And I'm always back, Anna Diaz Rincon. Jorge Prieto, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Tim Heckcock, man, that cowboy hat, man, you're working that thing. Denton Rhodes, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Okay, let's see. David Fowler, how you doing, man? Welcome. That's right, 1-0, leading the division, Tim. Say it again. I'm going to put that on the screen. John LaJoy, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Right? Hey, 1 point, 10 points, win's a win. I could say the same about Derek Carr. It was strange, wasn't it? I don't know how many of you saw his numbers. He had 300 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in a 1 point win. I mean, it's the same roller coaster quarterback we had when he was with us. You see what I mean? I told you guys, and the Saints are going to be good. They're going to be good, and they'll probably do a little better than what we would have done with the same quarterback. So when we only got 6 wins with him, the Saints will probably get 8, maybe 9. And then I'm willing to bet you they're going to lose games they're not supposed to, and it's going to be on, Captain Average. Hey, no, all you Derek Carr lovers, knock it off. He's not a Raider anymore. It's just a little tickle to the ribs. Hi, Tommy. Speaking of tickles to the ribs, I got to go in on the Steelers because they sucked the other day. I mean, did you guys see that? I mean, they got slapped around, lost the game bad. Kenny Pickett looked dumb. It was not good. And so now with them coming up at the Bills and then the Steelers, there's a chance here we could get off to a seriously nice start. Is it Overreaction Monday? I think it is Overreaction Monday. Let me say this real quick because I always forget to say this because I'm not a greedy person. But I want to just bring this up. Don't forget, guys, if you would, please consider subscription to Raider Bear Family Page here on Facebook. It's $5 a month. You can cancel it anytime. And if you do the math, it's basically a pair of jeans, like $60 a year. Anyway, with that money, what we do is we put kids in school. We've also been working with St. Jude's and early onset cancer. We're closer now to 7,000. I don't know why it took so long. We were stuck at like 6,000. And then for a while, we couldn't get it over. But we're over 7,000 now. Pugs for Autism, which is one of my near and dear. My daughter actually has autism, and she's completely conquered it. Most people can't even tell when they talk to her now. And we also have another cousin or two in our family that have autism. So we work directly with Punks for Autism. My brother is actually one of the presidents of it. He built it. It was his idea. And then he got a lot of people together with him. And it became this huge thing. And just one more thing, guys, sorry, and I'll shut up. Punks for Autism, when you go there, there's T-shirts that are super cool, incredible art. I guarantee you'll see one you'll want to buy. And by the way, it's unique to that website. So in other words, you can't get it anywhere else. These were gifts from artists all around the world. I'm talking about Spain, France, Italy, Switzerland, the United States, of course, Canada. They all contributed artists who contributed all original art just for this to promote the shirts and people to want them even more because they'll be getting a one-of-a-kind T-shirt. It's incredible art. And it's a really good cause. So again, that's Punks for Autism. You can find them almost everywhere. They're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever that they're calling that crap now. Bob Standard, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Bob, yes, I'm sorry. I know you've been wanting, and I've been just too busy, but I'm going to have a great supporters only show. So tomorrow, for those of you who aren't aware of it, I do shows just for our supporters. They're kind of like my secret shows that I do just for supporters. And one of those shows is called The Breakdown. I haven't had a chance to do it in quite a while, but The Breakdown is a show that I do for supporters where I actually have the game on. We watch it together, and then I talk back and forth with you guys about what we see, what looks good, what looks bad, things we should watch out for leading into the next game. And then what happens is after we play the Bills, win, lose, or draw, I'll do another breakdown for supporters only that week before the next game where we get an idea of where the team is at. It's a lot of fun, I'll be honest with you, because I can slow it down, rewind it, bring it back, look at plays, understand things. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun. I promise. It's pretty cool. John the Lion, Leon, what's up? Jim Vandlin's on both. I appreciate that, brother. He's watching me on YouTube and Facebook. All right, so let's just get to the point, okay? Jimmy Garoppolo looked good, and we're all going to have to pump the brake on him. And I'll be the first to admit I'm trying to lead you guys into the jungle on this one because it's hard because we know who he is. He's the guy that quarterbacked, whether it was a starter or a backup or whatever, for the Patriots and the Niners, two teams that we, are sworn by Black DNA to hate until we die. I mean, it is true. Look, I was going to haze everybody tonight and wear the red. Every time I literally wear this like once a year. This hasn't been on my head in like 2 years. I don't know. I've been behind on it, but every time I wear this, like everyone in the audience can't shut up about it. I told Mama Bear after the show, I said, sometimes I wear it just to see the reactions in my comments. Okay, sorry. But Jimmy was really good the other day. He had a 107 percentage. He was accurate. And by the way, did anyone see how he played in the pocket? The offensive line did a great job. He had only a few pressures, but no sacks. Okay, and that's what we need. And then Jimmy actually scrambled to his left. Now, we were all, going like this and going, no, in slow motion. No, Jimmy, no. Stop running. Slide. But you know why you're laughing? Because I'm exactly right. It was like everything went to slow motion and every Raider Nation fan was like in full panic mode. No. But he was fine. Now, why do I point this out? Obviously, we didn't want him to do that, but he did it. He felt confident enough in himself in the very first game of the season to do that. I thought that was great. You know what I mean? It showed confidence in the fact that he's 100% healed. And who would know better than him? And he kind of tested it out there because he was getting challenged. The defender was coming pretty close, and he had to hustle up a little bit to get it, but he got it. And he looked fast, in truth, for a quarterback, you know what I mean? Coming off a foot injury. I thought he looked fast. So not too bad. I mean, all you can really do is give him an A grade. I mean, he hit Jacoby Myers a few times with some nice tosses. And I don't know, the arm strength looked good. You know what I mean? We didn't ask him to go deep down the field yet, I don't think, but I think he may. I think he may. For example, do you think he hears us talk about the fact that we think he doesn't have a big arm? Yes. Do you think he doesn't know about the critics saying he doesn't have a big arm? Yes. Okay, but did you also notice that this critic noticed that he gained somewhere in the neighborhood of 12, 13 pounds of muscle? You could see it when he came in the first day to sign his contract. He looks bulkier than he did for the Niners. And I'm always the kind of guy, I always lean on the side of build muscle. Some people don't agree with that because they think if they get bulky in their shoulders and their arms, it messes with their fluid motion. And then sometimes they're not as accurate as they were before the muscle build. I don't agree with that. It's a huge, violent sport. And the stronger you can make your quarterback, the better, especially if they're stupid like Josh Allen. I'm sorry. I mean, that guy is an idiot. I mean, he's running around there. Do we have to talk to him about Cam Newton? Do we need to give him the Cam Newton video? Should we do that? I mean, Josh Allen, I actually saw he got a first down, okay? Most of you probably know what happened, but He ran to his left. He needed to go, hustle a little bit because he was trying to get a first down. So he gets the first down, and then for some weird reason, he puts his shoulder down, literally. And guys, ladies, you all know football, but for those of you who really know football, you know what I'm saying here. This is your season. Acting like he's Marshawn Lynch. I mean, what are you doing? Right when I saw it, I went, what? If he does that against, come do that against us, please. Please do that against the Raiders. We may miss you here and there. We might let you pile up the numbers. Whoa! But if you give us a shot at your neck, sucker, I promise you, they're going to take it. Whether it's Nate Hobbs or Robert Spillane, who I am quickly falling in love with. Robert Spillane is a bad dude, man. I don't know what Pittsburgh was doing. They should have paid that guy. Because, I was just hoping he'd be average. So far, he looks like he's leading the locker room with the linebackers. He's playing better than everyone. So, I don't know. Looking good. That was a great game. And Josh Allen just looked like a douchebag because he fought for 2 more yards. I couldn't believe it. It was, oh, and by the way, God's honest. The camera switched to the Buffalo head coach, and he was going like this, shouting across the field, going like this at him. So, obviously, he completely agrees with the Raider Bear. But, who doesn't? Yeah. Larry Brooks, what's up? Welcome to the show. Okay, so let me go over here. Okay, so interesting thought. Jacoby Myers had 2 touchdowns the other day. It's the most touchdowns he's ever had in a game. And his 9 catches is tied for the most catches he's ever had in a game. So that kid basically had the game of his life with Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've always been an athlete my whole life. Okay, all my life I've been an athlete. As young as I can remember, I played sports, and I mean every year, and I mean everything from swimming team to football, basketball, baseball to track. I even did some snowboarding and skiing. I was trying to get better at that, but I'm not a snow person anyway. But anyway, long story short, too late, I know. But I was impressed with everything I saw the other day. I really was. For example, he plays big. You know what I mean? Jacoby Myers was playing big. Every time someone would go in to hit him or try to get around him, it just looked like they couldn't. He looked like almost like he has like a Dennis Rodman kind of frame. I was really impressed. Not like we haven't seen him, but I mean, just to see him doing it in live action was very nice. I'm just, sky's the limit. I mean, sky's the limit. For him to get 2 touchdowns in the opening game of the season, I'm impressed. Also, Jimmy was completing somewhere in the neighborhood of 75% of his passes, and stayed clean the whole game. And the way the offensive line played, we can all say what we want to say about our offensive line. It may not be perfect. We may allow pressures, and in the future we may allow a sack here and there. But the other night, they didn't allow anything. And we know that the Denver Broncos, they pride themselves on that defense. Now, it's not that they don't care about their offense, but they perceive themselves as a defensive team. The last 3 or 4 years, they've been a defensive team. That's why they went out to get Russell Wilson, because they were trying to, pump some blood into the offense. And, they bought themselves a they bought themselves a similar situation that the Jets bought. Jets, mess. They're a mess. Oh, God. I hope Candy Dimniowski's husband's watching. I love that guy. Vicky Ginn. Hi, love. Welcome to the show. It's been too long. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling healthy. Yeah, Anna Diaz-Rincon said she's not worried about the Bills after watching that game. I completely agree. Vicky, I didn't give you Bear. Sorry, I saw you wrote it. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I mean, the Buffalo Bills can't run the ball. They can't run the ball. That kid Cook is all right, but I'm not scared of that kid Cook after watching him tonight. You know what I mean? And remember, this is Cook's first real opportunity. He was the number 2 guy. They traded Singletary, the starter, and then they just said, "Well, Cook, you're up." So he didn't win the starting job. Singletary had the starting job. Cook was behind him, you know, that would be like us trading Josh Jacobs and then saying, Amir Abdullah, you've won the starting job. Even though you never would have if Josh had stayed. No, pick again. No. See, as soon as I treat you nice, you go talking about that little scoundrel that's always chasing after my mama bear. And I don't think he's 9 years old. I don't believe you. I don't. He's 9 years going on 36. I don't like that kid. The Bills will destroy us. Bill Cox, tell me what you really think, brother. No, I don't agree with that, bro. I know their passing game is good, but we're going to be in the exact same kind of game with them that we were just in. I'm serious. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to start slow. They're going to start with their passing game, okay? And Briggs is going to beat us up, okay? Or Diggs, excuse me. Diggs is going to beat us up, okay? There's no doubt about that. Marcus Peters will pick him up. But there'll be times they'll move Diggs to the other side, and we don't do that. We don't switch our corners. They play, one plays left side, one plays right side. So if they move their starter in Diggs, you know, there's going to be times where he even gets underneath, and Nate Hobbs has to pick him up. But that's just defensive scheming, and you got to be ready for that. And I think we will be. And so my point is I think it'll start like every other Raider game does right now, and it's going to keep being this way. You know, it's not just Raider football. It'll stop being that way once they start to get continuity. Because remember, the Raiders of old, that all of us can recite all the names of all the players. Let's remember, those guys didn't have, all these games that were roller coasters. You know what I mean? They had famous games that were roller coasters, like the Holy Roller and stuff like that. The Immaculate Deception, Lie and Thievery, the Tuck Rule, the disgrace of the NFL, the humanity and the disgust that they put on the fans to let that travesty go on the way it did. And then you let that Ken doll buy interest in the Raiders. I feel like we were violated by Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady's hired to be like my counselor. It's just not right. There should be some borders here. Joel Irons, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Big anyone else that contributed stars to the show, I apologize if I missed you. I've just been kind of going fast with my questions here. Let's see. Hi, Mr. Bear. Your picture is a little fuzzy. Okay. Let's see. Let me zoom out a little more then. Let's see if I unfuzz it a little bit there. There we go. See if I get an adjustment there for my Tommy. What's going on, bro? Been a minute. Lewis Cunningham, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. It's been good. I'm been following the Raiders like always. Just moved into Arizona. I've got a brand new house that's just immaculate. I'm just going to say it. I don't care if it sounds like bragging. I really, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. My house is dope. Okay. It's dope. This is the best house I've ever owned. Don't get me wrong. I'm God's son, so I appreciate every inch of it. You know what I mean? Not really bragging. I'm just really happy where I landed. And I credit it all to Mama Bear. All I did was say, go. She found it, negotiated the price, found the real estate people, made all the calls, made all the appointments. And then she'd give me documents and I go, oh, sign this? Yeah, okay. Yeah, John Leon, the Saints defense did carry him. And that's my point. They're not going to be able to do that all year. And he needs that. But the difference is the Raiders in the past, we couldn't get our defense right while he was here. So we would get 6, 7 wins. With their better defense, they'll get 8, maybe 9. But that's not going to win you the division. It might backdoor you into a playoff spot since there's 2 now in each division, but I doubt it. Oh, no. Vicky and the Giants were garbage. Buffalo wide right. Okay, so now with that big win, now we concentrate now on these bum Bills. And we see, obviously, we're getting a preview of it. Not only are they going to be having to play on short rest, but I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing. I know the Jets do have a good defense, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with this Bills team. In fact, I want you to answer this question for me. Watch. Wouldn't you say that the Bills from last year and the year prior were better than this team? See the Bills to me are they're regressing, but they're doing it in a way that fools the fans. Just the same way the Chiefs are doing. the Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill. Everybody went, oh. I mean, he's the fastest guy in football. And you saw what he just did for Miami, but it doesn't matter because the Chiefs keep on winning. As long as you got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and they've got that chemistry, and Kelsey, they need that tight end. But as long as they've got that chemistry, they can interchange parts and they can keep winning. Now, what happens normally, though, is a team starts to lose pieces, which is what we saw happen to the Eagles. Now, because the Eagles lost just a handful of pieces, but they still have Jalen Hurts and they still have their offensive line and blah, 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 blah. But next year, it'll be a couple more players from the Eagles lost. And then the following year after that, a couple more players will be lost. And their ability to have that, we must play by our fly high standard, all that crap, will be reduced to where they're not going to be able to play the way they did the last couple years before. And so I think that this Bills team is looked at. It's still that team that looked like from last year before. They still see that. I don't. When they lost Singletary, I thought that hurt. When they had some trouble at their linebacker position, I thought that hurt. You know what I mean? Their offensive line. So they have problems. They look real beatable to me. And then we saw what just happened to Pittsburgh. We could get out of this, these next couple games looking pretty goddamn good. Yeah, Val, you're right. It's overreaction Monday. That's why I said that in the comments of my show. But no, the Steelers are going to be fine. They're not going to be playing the team they were playing every weekend. So to assume they would play the same way they did this last weekend is silly. So they'll probably bounce back. Their coach is known for that. And I do believe Kenny Pickett is the real deal. I just think that when you get up, Corinna, hello, and Steven Shaw. Appreciate the love on the stars, everyone. Okay, that was not fun. Mama Bear. Oh, fumble. Well, I won't tell you where my coffee just went. No, I'm deathly serious. Can you help me with that? I didn't actually finish it. I'm wearing it. Oh, like damn near the whole cup. Oh, just went bagow.
Hopefully Trisha and Robert are watching.
No, I'm sure they are. And by the way, I'm going to stay a professional and finish this show. That's right. I'm going to do it.
Is your groin on fire?
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh
I could not shout.
So I need to blow you.
This is a family show. She meant fan. Turn on a fan. Calm down.
I meant blow the fire out.
No. You just stop. You're making it worse. Okay, I apologize for the comments. No, I'm not doing that. James and Princetta Walker, what's up? Welcome to the show. Kevin Woke, what's up, Kev? Yasuke Nabunaga, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Tony, make it dip. Right on. Right on. And another one of my favorite nicknames, Tony, make it dip. 16 years of sobriety. I'm right on, brother. Keep it trucking. I like that. Did I say keep it trucking? I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Anthony Contreras, R8RBEAR, again, great work you do and great win yesterday. God bless you and your family. Anthony Contreras, I really appreciate that. I can't express that as well as I'd like because I'm wearing coffee and it's very hot and I think I'm injured. I don't know what degree of burns I have, but I have them and in a very bad place. And as you saw, the cup all fell in my lap. It didn't even get on my shirt or my arms or anywhere else. Just one place. It just sort of centralized. Okay. Deep breath. Dustin! King! What's up, DK? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. So we have some other things we have to look at first. I thought Josh Jacobs looked good. Some people actually argued that they thought maybe he Pete Olmeda. Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. You got to love the red, man. Pete, tell me you love it or I'll put it on. I'll do it. Pete, tell me you love it or I'll put it on.
Yeah.
No, you brought more pain? I'm all right. Let me get away from it first. All right, go ahead. Just sort of get in over here.
Hold on.
If you can, I don't know, somewhere. And don't dry it off for me. This is a family show.
You want me to get it on over here?
Aubrey, yeah, I thought I was talking to my daughter from over there. She's been so sassy the last couple of days. Where was Renfro and Meyer? Were they there? Bill Cox, they were. But what happens sometimes in Josh McDaniels' offense is it said, I'm going to pull these levers to win this game. And the very thing I told Mom not to do. You stop it, woman. I have enough children. Okay. Now, I don't need her. I thought you were giving me a bib.
Oh my God. I was going to strangle you.
No, that's normal. but Renfro and Meyer weren't really in the game plan. In fact, though, I think Renfro did get a couple of catches, if I'm not mistaken, but they weren't really in the game plan. Okay, Hope Allen looks as bad as he does today when we play them. Pete Almeida, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't think Josh. I think Josh Allen is really immature. I mean, I hate to say that, and I haven't said it before tonight, but watching him now and watching how he's starting the season, and this is supposed to be him in his prime. Remember, he's had a couple years now. It's just like the kid with the Chargers. You know, he had that a blazing rookie season, set all these records. And he came out the following season, looked just as good, put up a bunch of yards and everything. But they had somewhat of a disappointing end to their season. In the Chargers' opinion, they thank you, honey, had a bad season in their opinion. Well, now they're back. They're starting the season. They got to get out there and win. You know what I mean? And their reputations as starting quarterbacks are on the line. Whether you get that bonus in your fourth or fifth extension, that kind of thing. If they give you the bag and say, here's a 4-year, $300 million deal, it depends on right now. Oh my God, yes. I almost had a heart attack when Garoppolo started running. Matt Marinovich, I like that. Jimmy G is a G, Mr. Consistency. I like that. Yeah, honestly, and I'm going to be the first to admit I'm backpedaling here. I'm just being honest. When I'm wrong about something, I say it. Okay, now I was right when I said he sucked with the Patriots, and I feel like that he should have been the third string quarterback, if anything. I thought the other guy that was on the team was better than him. Then he went to the Niners, and I had Niner Beto, the guy who calls himself Niner Sickness, on my show, sitting right next to me, and I said he'll suck. I said he'll get you close and then let you down. He'll be in games that you should win and you'll lose, and it'll be his fault. I guarantee it. And then it was. His whole Niner career was like that. But I felt like part of that was because of Shanahan, and now we're seeing the proof of it again. Shanahan, to me, is a bum, and he made Jimmy Garoppolo look worse, in my opinion, than he should have. He had Jimmy Garoppolo in an offense, to me, that sucks. And I know the Niners looked good yesterday, but they also have time where they just flat out expose their quarterback. Remember, that's what ended Purdy's season last year, and it's what it's going to end, and it's what's going to end their season this year. See, because that guy Shanahan is a bum. He is a B-U-M in the worst way. He lost one of the most embarrassing Super Bowls in the history of Super Bowls when he was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons and had a 28-7 lead over the Patriots and then just spewed it back up. And the reason we know how can we directly blame an offensive coordinator? Because every time they got the ball back, they threw the ball and were killing the clock instead of running the ball and letting some clock wearing away. So they gave the Patriots opportunities to get back in the game and not use their timeouts. So he completely killed the Falcons' chance to win the game because they were putting the defense out too much. And he does that with this Niner team. And I'm telling you, he's never going to win with the Niners. I don't care what they look like this year. The Niners will not win a Super Bowl. They won't. And maybe I'm jinxed. Maybe I should knock on wood, all that stuff. I'm not going to. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. I don't think Shanahan's built like that. He always outthinks himself. You know what I mean? I feel the exact same way about the guy with the Chargers, and I've been proven right since the day he got the job. I found out he was one of those analytics guys, and he came in the front door of the Chargers the first day he got hired. And he's talking about, oh, well, you got to go for it on 4th and 6 on this situation. When it's 4th and 8 in this situation, you go for it, and you got to go for it way more on 4th down because teams aren't aggressive enough. The statistics show. They should have fired that guy. I did like Brady schmoozing with Kraft at the Patriots, but whatever. Yeah, I know. Charles Washington said you can't have a paper tiger at quarterback. I'm just saying. You know, Charles, you're not just saying. You are. I mean, what you're saying is fact. You know, I'm not taking it personal. It's true. The guy's glass. But I feel like if the offensive line can just play the majority of the games the way they did today, because remember, the whole reason he scrambled was because he couldn't find anyone open and the pressure was starting to come. So he scrambled left and he got out without hurting himself. That's all we can ask. But that was technically, a breakdown where we couldn't get the playoff and the offensive line had run out of time to where it would have been called holding. So off he goes, gets a first down. We're good. But if we can reduce it to that, I mean, think about it. How many times did he have to scramble? Really, just that once. You know what I mean? Any other thing is like 2 yards here, 2 yards there, trying to avoid sacks and things like that. If we can do that, we'll be fine. I was yelling at my son's television, stop running. Corinne, I believe you. I do. Adding muscle without steroids helps in preventing injury. Matt Marinovich, very, very well said. If you build muscle naturally, you don't have to gain 20 and 30 pounds. You can get 10, 15 and be much stronger because you're building more solidified muscles. Where when you do it chemically, it builds too fast and then you have to work up yourself to that. And it's not as good. It's not as good for your health. It's not as good on their frame, stresses your frame more, et cetera, et cetera. I was surprised to learn that JJ had been training up in the mountains to get used to playing in high altitude. Anna Diaz, I don't know if you remember, you watch me all the time. You're my first reporter ever, and I love you for that forever and ever. But if you remember me saying, I told everyone Josh would be ready. I told everyone he would be ready. I mean, haven't we noticed that about him already? How professional does he have to be? I mean, we've only had this one season where he's even talked. You know what I mean? Outside of that, he had a better start statistically than Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen in his first 2 seasons. I don't know how many of you know that, but he had more yards and more touchdowns than both of them. And they're Raider Mount Rushmore, literally black and silver gods, okay, to all of us. And he was outdoing them, okay? And then has to come into a locker room with this. I was going to say something about Josh McDaniels that would not have been very flattering, probably would have made Tommy's ears, but I'm going to slow it down and start again. Had he been shown some respect that he deserved by Josh McDaniels, we would have, he would have just started the season, but he was ready. Either way, he was ready. The Jets defense is amazing. Bill Cox, they are good. They are good, but are they going to be good every game? That's the thing. And I saw Sauce Gardner just flat out miss Diggs on one play. He just got lazy and he had no body technique. He just reached out with his hands like he was trying to hug him. And Diggs just literally shook him and took off. You know what I mean? That's not a high profile shutdown corner to me. Deion never had mental lapses like that. You know what I mean? I guess I shouldn't compare him to Deion Sanders. That was kind of rough. Yeah, Spillane is the man. I really like him. Okay, now here's the man who grounds me. Okay, now Lucky, I did say this was overreaction Monday. I'm not overreacting. I'm not telling everyone we're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm just simply saying with what we saw from the Bills tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if we start 2-0. And then what we saw from the Steelers, we can see what this week 2 game will be for them, and then evaluate those 2 games the Steelers had. Did they bounce back? Do we see the same vulnerabilities? Is my groin still burning? Yes. Sorry. Sweet baby. I'm glad I've had all my kids. If I hadn't, this might have been a problem. The offense looks slow and methodical. Zero explosiveness. We got to play the time of possession better game with timely defensive plays in order to win. Lucky, I would say this to you. It was methodical. I don't want to argue that word. That was a pretty good way of saying it. I don't know if I agree with zero explosiveness. I just think that we weren't making explosive plays. But I feel like Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams were moving around the field. They were drawing attention away and allowing other people to get dump offs and short throws. And then they were making their catches. And then two touchdowns to Jacoby Myers in the red zone. I think that's cool. You know what I mean? And so I'm not really concerned if it's explosive, if it wins. I'm sorry. I know we all say just win, baby. I mean, we've all said it. We've said it for decades. But I think sometimes it loses its meaning when we say it too much. Okay. So I want to just step back for a second, the old school Raider fan that I am, and say to all of you, please, when we all get emotional about these wins and losses, but especially the wins, it doesn't matter what it looked like. I don't care if it looked like the Raiders got in a trough of mud with a 300-pound willy hairy pink pig. Okay. And we only won a game that looked like that. I don't care. I want to win. And that was pretty much what I was about to say about Jimmy Garoppolo. And the reason why I felt like I owe him an apology to a certain extent. Now, it's only one game, but at this point, I feel like I can say that he's scrappy. He's scrappy. I mean, I'm not going to say I've seen some of his Niner games, and so I knew he could play a little bit. But I always thought it looked awkward. I just thought it looked awkward. Just like what you're saying with a methodical offense, Lucky. It looked like the Niners were just too concerned with fake right, go left, throw the ball right. Okay, motion left, screen right, run left, pitch right. It's just Jesus. It was like it was dizzying, almost too much, to where you're trying to do so many organic things that, in my opinion, sometimes that hurts itself. Just because, is everyone in concert to run those kind of plays? The offensive linemen have to know the cadence. The guy who's in motion has to stop and stand on the line and not for or not behind it, addressing the line of scrimmage and so on and so forth. And then, do they bite the play fake? There's just so many things. And I realize they all want to call him a genius, but if he's such a genius, why can't he win a ring in 3 legitimate tries? 2 where he got in the Super Bowl and 1 where he was 1 game from getting to a Super Bowl and he failed. I hate that guy. I really do. I hate that guy. Let's see. Oh, the Jets won. Wow, that sucks. I love that Zach Wilson kid. It's so fun watching him just implode. I mean, it was like he was just turning into Jello every time he threw an interception, and his eyes would just go glossy, and he would just look around. I felt so bad for the other Jets players. That guy's coming back to your sideline. Hey, don't worry, guys. I'll get it on the next one. Don't worry. I'm confident. Let's go. No, you're not, dude. Is Denver better this year, or did we take a step back? John Leon, Denver is definitely better. Definitely better. Now, the team we played last year, the Denver Broncos, the personnel is similar, but you have to remember, Sean Casey is a legit grinder coach. He's got a lot in common with John Gruden that way. He shows up at 4 a.m. and he leaves at 10 and dots every I, crosses every T, and like a general beats it into you. That's why the Saints were what they were when they were switching quarterbacks. You guys don't understand how amazing it was that guy still had the Saints winning using essentially 3 quarterbacks. You know what I mean? It was insane, and I've never seen anything like that. Honestly, I've never seen anything like that. That guy can coach, and I think that his presence alone, the offense he's instilled, they're already a lot better than they were last year. A lot better. I think that's the real reason why the game was so close. I think it shocked us. I think we were surprised that they showed up and played that well. I think our Raider team thought they were going to let them have it, and instead it ended up being a close fight. But then again, also, you can always take everything I just said, throw it in the garbage, and just chalk it up to one thing: rivalry. There are division rivals, and as long as we're in the same division, we're always going to hate each other, and the emotion of the game is always going to raise. So one team may look like they're going to the Super Bowl that year, but it doesn't matter. They could beat us, because they hate us and we hate them. Reyes and Tony, that was a good game, wasn't it? Will Myers be out on the concussion protocol? Rose, I don't think so. I don't think so, because he never had to be taken off the field. So they may, do the whole, they may test him, but I don't think they'll make him miss a game. Matt Marinovich, Will Tay tied up. Myers was the open second option. Yeah, exactly. Wow, the Jets had an unbelievable finish for the win. Yeah, they got lucky, but they can say goodbye to their quarterback because he's probably done for the year. the way it looked on that play, and they showed the play a couple times after he got back to the locker room and they found the footage. And he really that looked like an Achilles tear. I'm not caught up on the news because I came on with you guys before they announced what the injury was. I think they've already announced the injury, but as far as I'm concerned, just from my medical eye and sports medicine and seeing that, that's an Achilles. And if it's not, it's worse, because when you don't tear it, actually stretch it that far, it takes months for it to get back. Whereas if you tore it, you just get a quick surgery the next day, you can be back in, a month or two. Whereas with a sprain, it's much harder to graduate when it's ready. Yeah, punt return is always exciting. Jim Vanderlin, let's see. Granted, the Jets have a good defense, but the Will Rogers out, they still scored points on the Bills and won the game. I'm not worried about next week at all. Yeah, the Bills looked weird tonight. I'm being honest with you. I think they're regressing big time. I think everything remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but just in the lead up to this season, okay, the last few months, we saw that there was a fight in their locker room between Diggs and the quarterback and the coach, where they were all, mad or something like that. And the coach said, I'm highly concerned about this. And then it was maybe 2 days later, and he comes back and goes, did I say highly concerned? I didn't mean that. No big deal. And that was all the same face with Diggs, because Diggs was pissed off that they made it sound like he was being a Terrell Owens, when in reality he was. But, you don't show up your quarterback on camera. I don't care what the situation is. You can't stand in front of him going like this, waving your arms over and over again like you're so frustrated. And then for Josh Allen to sit there with his head in his knees, staring at his shoes, that looked worse, because it looked like Stephon Diggs was bullying him. You know what I mean? It just did. Okay, Reyes Antonio is confirming he heard he's on concussion protocol. I will know more and confirm it for certain tomorrow. And you notice how careful I was with that cup? Oh, Nicholas Maida, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Okay, Armand Joseph. Jets just ran back a punt. Yep. Sorry, I know everyone's like saying it, so I'm just trying to read those. I hope Renfro will step up next week with Jacoby likely out with concussion protocol. Well, Matt Marino, it's not about stepping up. Your intuition is there. Trust your thought process that you're having. Football, I can tell. He just wasn't targeted this week. That's all. You're always going to have times where, remember, like Zamir White. I mean, did Zamir White even see the field? You know what I mean? And so you're always going to have that time. Michael Mayer, our young future stud tight end, Michael Mayer, did almost nothing. You know what I mean? But that's not because they can't play or they weren't ready. It's just they weren't really in the attack. And then also remember, football games are organic. So during the game, you see something that looks like it's better to go to Devontae Adams. You don't worry about Hunter Renfro's numbers. You go to Devontae Adams. Big game. Jacoby's bad ass is going to kill it this year. Yeah, Reyes, I agree. I don't know how I feel about the Bills losing today. They really go and bring it on Sunday. Rose Ortega, that's a good point. I always hate it when you're playing an opponent and they're coming off a loss, because then they're coming into the next game with the attitude of, we got to do everything we can. We got to bite and claw and steal a win. You know what I mean? And so there's some truth to that. But I don't care. I don't care. To me, the Raiders need to, at some point, put their foot down on things and say, this is what we are. Are we a defensive team that chokes teams, that slowly, figures out what they're doing? And then by the third and the fourth quarter, we've slowed you down enough. In like our first game here against Denver, all we give up in the third and fourth quarter is a field goal. That's it. You know what I mean? And so if we can do that throughout the season, the same makeup, we break. Now, try to remember, too, we had 10 penalties for 97 yards. That's another reason why the Broncos were in that game. 10 penalties for 97 yards. I mean, that's like a whole nother player coming off the bench and giving you 100 yards receiving, in 10 catches. So it was tough. You had to overcome that, but yeah. Yeah, I'm just reading those comments. Kevin, I think I do. I don't think the Bills, I don't think this is the same Bills team. I don't want to keep saying that. I just don't think this is that same Bills team. See, Chris Robinson said it's simple. They're beatable. I agree, Chris. I completely agree. They are very beatable. Rick Samarano. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show, though. 2216 Jets. Oso Raider said, can't wait to visit Raider Bear. I can't wait either, Oso Raider. Whenever you're in Arizona, you let me know. And then also we're going to, have this little secret for the opening game of the season in Las Vegas. And so I'm excited. And I'm bringing some stuff with me. Don't do that. Maybe I mean pillows and blankets. Okay. Not, booze and libations. Although I do mean that. Yeah, Matt Rich. I don't like Josh. I don't like Josh Allen anymore. I really liked him coming out of school. God's honest. He was one of the guys I was hoping we would look at. I liked Josh Allen. And remember, Josh Allen, here he came out with like 2 or 3 other quarterbacks that have soon went on to, who knows what. But Carson Wentz. That guy's name is a punchline to me. Every time I hear Carson Wentz, I want to go, ha 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 ha. That's how coaches react when he'd say, I'm only going to join the Washington Commanders if I have an opportunity to start. Who do you think you are? Do you think we don't have video that we didn't see how you played with the Colts? You know what I mean? Duh. You're the same guy who, while being tackled by an exceptionally large black man who was about to pummel you into the ground with a wrestling move that looks something akin to a DDT. And just as he's about to do this, you switch hands. You decide, no, I'm not going to try to throw the ball with my right hand. I'm going to try to throw it with my left hand. And instead of just doing that, I'm going to try to increase the level of difficulty even greater and do it in my own end zone. Twice in the same game. How is Carson Wentz still in the league? Someone give that guy a severance check and get him out of here. Yeah, Troy Gill, the flags were ridiculous. We actually looked good in the red zone and scored for once. Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo is good in the red zone. He's going to be good for us. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Rose Ortega giving Chris Robinson some love. Exactly. You made it a little worse, Mr. Bear. Try just hit it a little. Tommy, go to bed. Don't you have school tomorrow? Okay, let's see. I'm not even mad about our ugly win because yesterday's close nail-biter game against Denver was kind of a game that I expected. Never thought we would have a huge, comfortable lead. Yeah, Scotty Lutz, not only are you, I agree with you completely because it's a rivalry game. I know I said that already, but rivalry games just do that. You really can't. I've always said to other gamblers, because I consider myself something of a gambler, but I'm an infrequent gambler. But having said that, if I see a horse and I think it's going to win, I'm going to bet on that horse. But if it's a rivalry, to me, what a rivalry introduces is additional emotion. And I know most of you, male and female, it doesn't matter. When you played sports of any kind, you know what I'm talking about. Every once in a while, there's a player from another team that makes you mad, and you just say, "Okay, I'm going to go in on this one. I'm going to run even harder. I'm going to hit the ball even harder. I'm going to catch this whatever thrown at me. I'm going to run faster than I ever had in my life." And you think that, and then you do. You know what I mean? And so they're never going to play as hard against other teams as they do against the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. Yeah, Charles Washington. I got to tell you, I don't like this Bills team. I really don't. I'm more confident now after seeing this game tonight. Ray Gilmore! Appreciate the love on the stars, bro. And by the way, for everyone watching, I will get back to auctioning items for you guys. I've just been too busy to get, I've had people send me items and I have them literally in the other room sitting there. And then I have some stuff that's on the way in the mail and so on and so forth. But I have some really cool automobile packages I'm going to be doing for you guys where you're going to get a really super dope Raiders logo that you can put on your car just about anywhere. It's got this like concrete 3M tape on the back. That's really cool. I have one on my truck that I've had for years. It never comes off. Rain, car washes, doesn't matter. And then I also have the Las Vegas Raiders license plate cover, but it's the one that has no silver in it. It's just black all the way around. It says Las Vegas. It's super dope. And then I have a couple more of these fun license plates. I have that one, and I have another one that says #1 Raiders fan. It's pretty cool. And yeah, and I'll be auctioning off those. And then what I'm going to do is include a few patches into those so that you guys get a nice little package when I send it to you guys. It's pretty cool. A moment of silence for 9 active 9/11 victims. I got you, brother. Right on. I'm always down. Anthony Contreras says, you're strong. What's up, Anthony? Welcome to the show. It's all mental willpower. You know what I mean? I'm just focusing on the burn and trying to, woosah, in with the bad, out with the good, in with the good, out with the bad. Okay, I had that backwards. I wish the Bills would have won and had the confidence going into next week. Now they'll be playing pissed off. Travis Kelly, yes, you and Rose Ortega are like-minded. Although I agree with that, I don't. In other words, I know that that's always a motivation, though. You're motivated going to win every game. So they're going to go and want to win the game. But the reason why I think we could still get them is because I just think we're a little better team as far as overall. In other words, they're flashy. The Bills have a flashy passing game that if it's working right, it's effective. But is it always working right? No. And they have a quarterback that's just way too. I mean, I thought Josh Allen was going to show us something this year, calm down and look like a real veteran starter. And instead he looked like a clown. I just a clown. Remember that interception he threw where he jumped to his left, threw the ball back to his right and tried to throw the ball like 60 yards. And granted, he did it, but what receiver he was throwing the ball to was about 40 yards away. He threw the ball about 60 yards. So the safety stand back there like, okay, look like a punt return. You know what I mean? That's just stupid football. I'm sorry, that's just stupid football. Get a couple yards out of bounds. Throw it away. But you did that? That's what he's learned in making playoff runs in his last 2 seasons, trying to make a run this year and look like a smarter quarterback. I would think he'd want to do that. Just, well, whatever. I just could not believe how I saw him play tonight. I thought his play was terrible. I thought it looked like really immature. And his own coach chewing him out and telling him, nah, you shouldn't be doing that. I completely agreed. It was ridiculous. The way he played was just ridiculous. All right, stop that. Thank you. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, National Guard, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran. Much love. Space Force. I didn't forget, didn't Rhodes? I was just slipping at the end there, but I got it. And please consider subscription to R8RBEAR family page. It's right down there next to the blue thumbs up. There's a green badge. If you click on that, you're on your way. And YouTube, it's free. So please help with my YouTube presence. Share a R8RBEAR. Let's go. We got to get real, genuine information out there from someone who's actually entertaining. Okay? Not these schmoos that just come on and throw a bunch of stats on you. They record their whole show. They don't answer your questions. They just put up a bunch of stats and promote this, that, and then leave. That sucks. I'm the only one that goes live every time. I write nothing down unless it's notes before the show so I don't forget things. But that's it. I don't script jokes. I don't think about what I'm going to do before the show. It's all organic, unique, right up the top of the... I think I made my point. All right, much love, and I will see you tomorrow. Supporters only at 4 and again at 8. R8RBEAR family page. Peace. No, I'm serious. I don't like war. I like peace. Peace. What are we still doing here? Come on, go home. Come on. I'm in pain here. Go until you guys go. And I got to get out of this gear and take a shower now. You know what coffee does to black? I'm serious.